Lugnuts fans, we're starting a new series with Lansing Lugnuts ground crew keeper Zach Severns about what goes on in the daily life of a grounds crew keeper. We're going to hear a little bit more from the Lansing Lugnuts in this series. So every single week that the Lansing Lugnuts are at home, we're going to talk to you. The fans are going to be able to ask their questions on what goes on in the everyday life of a grounds crew keeper. Zach, thanks so much for doing this. First things first, how hard is this job?
It's a lot harder than people would imagine. You know, they think taking care of a baseball thing would be, you know, a dream job if you can't actually play. But it would be a lot harder without my guys. If I don't have my crew, you know, I'm not able to do this without my guys. And you look at it kind of like a canvas, I guess. You get to paint a different picture every day and see if you can make it better than the day before.
So today we're going to talk about how Zach and his grounds crew builds the mound, and we're also going to talk about constantly watering the field. A lot of fans might come here and think, well, why do you water the ground? We'll talk a little bit more about that later on in this episode.
It's important to water the infield, or else if you don't have the right moisture, the dirt's going to chunk up, the ball's not going to bounce consistently, it'll play faster than it should, you won't have the same footing that you usually do with the water in it. With the water, it basically acts as a glue for the clay, and everything just holds together. Everything holds together much better.
So Zach, what are you doing here?
We were watering the infield before batting practice.
Why do you have to do that?
In order for the ball to play consistent and stay down, footing, basically your goal is to keep as much moisture in as you can all day and before the game, so that basically the infield plays just like it does during the game, so it plays during the game just like it does for batting practice when they're all practicing.
How about the mound? What do you have to do, or when do you start preparing the mound?
We start right after a game. We'll patch all the holes in it from that night, and then we'll add new conditioner if we have to, and then we'll flood the mound at night, tarp it up that night, and then take the tarp off at about noon the next day. Let it air out for about 20 or 30 minutes, and then cover it back up, and it's good to go for the game.
All right, Zach, we're here at the mound. What do you have to do before the game to make sure that it's perfect?
It starts the night before, after the last game. As you know, pitchers will dig in and make a hole right around the rubber and right down there at the landing. So what we'll do, we'll come with water, get our moisture right, scratch it up, put new clay down so that clay has something to bond to. And then we want to make sure it's flush, 6 inches out from the rubber. And then your mound slopes down, and every foot it drops an inch down to 9 feet. So we'll set up a mound gauge, set a tape measure on it, make sure we're hitting on all our spots. So at 1 foot, we want it to say 1 inch on the tape, 2 feet, 3 feet, so on. We want to make sure that slope is consistent, more so because of arm angles. It's like that for a reason, to protect pitchers' arms, and you know, it's 10 inches above the plate for a reason also. So, and then before the game, we'll just dress it up, put our logo in the back, put our cleat cleaner in, paint the rubber, and it's good to go for the game.
What time do you guys usually get here?
Some nights I sleep here. We usually start working around 7:30 in the morning.
What is one thing that when a fan comes to the ballpark and sees this beautiful field that they probably do not know, that wouldn't come to their mind? What's the biggest thing?
Probably the amount of hours that goes into it. You wear a lot of different hats being a groundskeeper. You're a meteorologist, a mechanic, a botanist, soil scientist. You have to be able to juggle a lot of different schedules, a lot of time changes that are probably due to the weather. There's probably about 20 to 30 things you have to be on top of every day in order for everything to run smoothly.
Jose, what time do you usually get here?
It depends. If the team's in town, we're normally about 8 or 9. About 8 or 9, I'd say.
What is the first thing you do when you get to the ballpark?
First thing I normally do is step out and look at it. Look at the field, kind of see, touch up, see what we have to do, if we have to change anything. After that, normally we start with the bullpens and get those ready for the game, and then we go to plate and mound, and then everything else just falls in place like dominoes.
All right, Chavi, you like this field?
Of course I love this field. Thanks to my boy Zach for taking care of this beautiful field. And, you know, he's a really grinder, man. He's the real MVP. Thank you, Zachy.
I think we have the best infield in the league. Maybe we don't have the most bigger stadium in the league, or the most new on the league, but on the field, on the players where we work, I think it's the best field on the league.
Viku, what about you?
I like playing this field because I feel comfortable. Infield is the best infield on the league. I'm sure it's the best field. It's the best infield, it's the best everything.
Yeah.
This guy is not nice, but he's good.
Zach, how does that make you feel?
That I'm not nice, or that the field plays?
That they like your field.
I feel I have to be mean to have a good field.
We got the best field, we got the best workers, you know? Huh? Oh!
It's consistent. This field, of course, you know, these guys are out here all the time. You know, they're out here longer than we're actually at the field, and you know, we appreciate it more than they know. This is what I think is the best field, especially in this league, but could go up for the best field in the minor leagues. The playing surface is awesome. The grass is beautiful. The dirt's always nice and soft. You know, we're just lucky enough to have this as our home field, and I just love it.
How does that make you feel, Zach?
Appreciate it. You feel me? You see this right here? This shouldn't say ground school. This say boss reach. Boss reach. The boss reach. The daddy-o. Right here, the daddy-o.